Hi, so in this video we're going to be covering the GoPrep settings page, and this will likely be split up into multiple videos so that we can cover everything, but let's go ahead and get started. So first we're going to come to settings on the left hand side. That's going to bring us to our orders tab. The first option you have is whether or not you want your home page to be the dashboard or the orders page. Now this is just preference, and that means when you load up GoPrep, it's either going to bring you to your dashboard or to your orders page. Next, you see this View Stripe Account button. By clicking this, it'll redirect you over to Stripe to see your payouts and bank information. If this is a brand new account, this button will say Connect Bank Account, and you're just going to want to go ahead and click on that and follow the steps that Stripe requires of you to go ahead and get that account created. Next, you could upload your logo. Typically, we recommend your logo is squared. That way it fits best when there's an image missing from a meal, and typically it just looks best in GoPrep when it is. It's not required, but it is our recommendation. Typically, you also want to keep the file size on the logo and any images for that matter below 1 MB if possible, and as small in resolution as possible while still looking good, typically something like 500 by 500 pixels or 800 by 800 pixels, something around that range. So if you're having difficulty uploading your logo, that would likely be the reason why. Next, we're going to go over transfer days and transfer day rules. I'll go into full details in another video about this, but for now, all you need to know is that this either determines if you get a delivery on 1 day per week or multiple days per week, and further, can those deliveries be split or combined into one order? Again, there'll be a whole video focusing on just this. Transfer type. This refers to whether or not you're allowing delivery and pickup, or just one or the other. Next is what days you will be delivering. In this account, we will only be delivering and doing pickup on Sunday. Optionally, you could set hours if you wanted to by enabling delivery hours or enabling pickup hours. And the next setting is if you're going away on a holiday, or if you just wanted the store not to be open on certain days, you can go ahead and set a holiday and choose which day you do not want delivery to be available for. Moving down, we have our delivery distance type. So basically, how far are you willing to deliver? Options are radius. Here I have it set by 10 miles, or by zip code, where you could enter the individual zip codes you're willing to deliver to. Cutoff period type. This is one of the really important ones. So in this case, the delivery day is Sunday, and I have my cutoff to 1 day. So technically, that would be the night before. You could simplify this if you want by saying, let's say, single day, and I want my orders to be in by Friday at, let's say, 11 p.m. Now, all of my customers have until Friday at 11 p.m. to get in their orders for Sunday. If they miss that deadline, it's going to force them to be ordering for the following week. This is also when we typically recommend that you do your rotations if you're rotating your menu, and there'll be another video going over that as well. The next option is if you want to have a cart requirement, such as by price or minimum items. So you could just select which one you prefer and enter that amount below. Next are delivery fees, and there are multiple ways of setting this up. So you could do a flat rate of, say, $15. Do flat by postal code. So if you are doing zip codes, you can come in here and set a delivery rate for each and every zip code. You could do mileage. In this case, this is $3 flat rate plus $1 per mile. And finally, you could do range, where we could set something up where for 0 to 10 miles is $10, right? And then we could say 10 to 15 miles is $15, and so on and so forth. For the sake of this demo, I'm just going to keep that as a flat rate. Moving on, you have your processing fee. This is an entirely optional fee that you could add on to try to recoup some of your costs of doing business. And you could set this up to be a flat rate or a percentage based. And it's entirely up to you if you want to turn this on or off. Next are our delivery and pickup instructions. So these are just instructions that will be shown to the customer depending on whether or not they chose delivery or pickup. Good example of this here, letting people know what time they could pick up, what location they could pick up from, and so on and so forth. Note you can have different pickup locations, which will be in another video. And with that, you could have different instructions for each pickup location. And finally, notes for customer, which basically you are able to communicate anything you want to the customer. This will show up in their confirmation emails, and this will also show up on the packing slip, whether or not it's just saying thank you or letting them know how to heat up the meals. Moving on, you can enable or disable sales tax. Now, GoPrep does not personally withhold any of those taxes. We help you determine the correct amount. You would still need to withhold your own taxes, but our system will try to determine the correct sales tax percentage based on your business location, or you could directly enter an amount here if you know your exact rate. Certain states do have specific rules about applying sales tax after fees. So if you are in one of those states, you can go ahead and just toggle this on. Finally, you have your time zone, which pretty straightforward. Just choose the time zone that you're currently located in. And your statement descriptor. Statement descriptor is what will show on your customer's credit card when they place an order. This will pop up letting them know that they ordered from Joe's Meal Prep or whatever you prefer this to say. In this case, it just says GoPrep. And the final option on the settings page is the open option. So once your store is fully built out, you would just toggle this option to open and it is live to the public. If at any point you want to close down the store to go on vacation or just to close it down while you make rotations, go ahead and toggle that off. And you'll notice when we toggle it, the system actually recognizes that I have some active subscriptions and it's giving me the choice of what I want to do with them. So I could either pause all of them, cancel all of them, which I would not really recommend unless you're going out of business, or to keep them. So in most cases, if you're going on vacation, you would want to click pause all. And when you return, you would just want to make sure that you resume any of the subscriptions that were paused. And that's all we're going to do for this primary video. In the next video, we will move on to some of the other settings pages.